Right. I'm Mark Munday, Technical Director for First Group. It's a pleasure to have been asked by Claire Haig, CEO of Greener Journeys, to launch this guide today, and that's what I'm going to give it a quick brief talk through to launch it, and there's copies available for you afterwards. So first of all, First Group, 5 divisions, 3 in North America, the iconic Greyhound, Yellow School Bus and transit brands, and then in UK we've got rail and bus. In bus we've got a fleet of just over 6,000 across the country. So, Greener Journeys. Greener Journeys is a campaign to try and encourage a move towards sustainable transport and sustainable travel. The important thing is it's not an industry lobby group, it's a cross-sector organisation, and importantly, all its work and its research is backed up by credible professional rigour and evidence. So my sandwiches have already been stolen on this one earlier, but just to make the point, that's the congestion with cars, that's the space it's taking and the number of people, and actually if we can get modal shift, then that's the space it takes, and that's what we're all about, and that's what Greener Journeys is for. So first of all, the trilogy. Andy's mentioned it. This was the first publication at the beginning of the year, which was an overview of the policy, as Andy's painted a bit of the story there, and then some of the technology developments in terms of the vehicles and the products that's produced over time. So that's the catalogue of the policy and the vehicles there, first version. What I'm now launching today, which is exciting, is the operators and the local authorities view with 20 case studies from across the country of real life examples of using the technology and moving towards that low emissions future. I'll skip the details in the guide, so in the interest of time I won't go through all of the details, but I'll just quickly give you a flavour for what it covers. There's lots of operators and local authorities in the audience that have got a part of the guide, so they can help you with it. And actually you've got a bit more this morning in terms of the really exciting, interesting bits on the electric piece as well. So I won't steal any of their sandwiches on that. There's a piece on the electric buses and different case studies on that, and I've just said you've got some of that this morning and you'll see some this afternoon. Plug-in hybrids, for example, we've got 2 in Bristol, extended range, geofenced, up to 24 kilometres, all electric, but then the opportunity to go further with diesel, geofenced, goose egg, and underground inductive opportunity recharge as well. But again, you'll hear about more of the electric piece this morning. Hydrogen fuel cells, we've got 18 in UK. London were the first, 2009 and 2011, with 8 vehicles, Wright bus vehicles, and we've now got 10 in Aberdeen, Van Huels. Still very expensive, clearly, still longer term in terms of the roadmap, but we're proving the operational viability, they're becoming more reliable, and obviously the vision and the aim is that prices will be driven down. They're European projects there that's assisting and supporting them, and there's aspirations to expand some of that as well. Conventional hybrid, clearly, lots of those on the ground in operations in the country, 2,000 or 3,000 of those, and the iconic new Route Master in London. Then we shouldn't forget, and Andy touched on it, there's still a lot to be done in terms of energy recovery with efficient diesel, and there's been some really good technology exploitation across the industry there in terms of clever use of recovery from alternators, air systems, flywheels and so on, and that's produced some really, really good results. Biomethane, again, there's some local authorities and operators have got some fairly large scale operations now which are really, really liked by the passengers, which is the important bit. Some reduced costs on fuel, good, reliable, clean vehicles, which is really, really good for the passengers and the industry. Biodiesel equally, renewable energy options, and again, some operators have got some very widespread, Stagecoach particularly, across the country, and TfL have got an aspiration for 100% B20 by 2020. I'm just looking for Mike to see if that was still an aspiration that they're going to work towards. So that encapsulates 20 case studies there. Have a good read, speak to the people involved, examples. I think just finally, there's lots of options there, and I don't think there's not necessarily a single horse to back. Obviously, we're all here because we want to champion the move towards the zero emissions, but there's a roadmap to get there, and each area, each region, each operator, each local authority will have a slightly different flavour in terms of meeting their particular needs. Okay.